Reverse tabular method. Now, this problem says use synthetic division, but you can use long division or the reverse tabular method. Now, the reverse tabular method works every time just like long division. Synthetic does not work every time. For synthetic division, you have to have like a binomial right here so that you can find a 0. All right, so while you can do this with long division, I'm going to show you guys reverse tabular. Now, the hardest part of reverse tabular is setting it up. So pay attention really closely on setting it up. Once you get how to set it up, the rest of it seems pretty nice. I actually like it better than long division because it organizes my stuff better. So just like before, we have to make sure that we have every term. Now, we do have a missing term. What is my missing term? It's x to the third. That term is not there, but I'm putting it there as a placeholder. Okay, so I got to backtrack here for a second. The first time you guys were introduced to the area method or the table or the tabular method, whatever you call it, you went like this, and you put the x right here, the 4, the x, and the 5, and you would multiply this out. Like you would fill in all these right here, and then you would add the diagonal ones, and then you would get your answer right here. Like this would be your answer, whatever you put right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to work backwards with that. And so this is how you set up the box. Now, when you get experience, you know what shape your box is. But since we don't have any experience in here, it's your first time, I'm just going to draw a big box. So I'm drawing a big box right now. And then I have to draw 2 rows. How do I know there's 2 rows? Well, that's actually quite simple. Because our divisor, the thing that we're dividing by, has 2 terms, we know we have to have 2 rows. Okay, that's simple. And then we go off of that line and the corner, and then we start writing what the answer was. Now, what is the answer? If we're dividing by x plus 3, this is the answer. That's what we're dividing, right? So we have to put x to the 4th right here, and then we're going to put x to the 3rd right here. X to the 4th, and 0, x to the 3rd. That's a 4 right here. Okay, now how many more terms do I have? 1, 2, and I have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that means I need 3 more arrows. So I'm going to draw 3 more arrows right here. Just divide it up evenly. And then from each of those arrows, draw a line. This is your column. So we have 4 columns total. And so I get negative 10x squared. And then I get negative 2x. And then 4. That's how you set it up. Ask me questions.
No.
Okay, now our understanding on how to fill this in comes from how we do this. After we multiply these out, this number right here just comes out. But this number and this number get added together to give you that number. And then this number doesn't have anybody to add to, he just comes out. All right, so let's start filling this in. So we're going to put the x to the 4th right here. That's obvious. We didn't have to add anything to do that. It's just there. So what times x gives me x to the 4th? 1 x to the 3rd, right? Now we just write x to the 3rd. You don't have to have the 1. And now we can find this number because we just go 3 times that. What is 3 times that? That is 3x to the 3rd. No problem? Okay, now how do we get to 0x to the 3rd? We go this guy plus this guy. So what does this missing one have to be in order for it to equal 0? Negative 3x to the 3rd. Now that's not too bad, right? Now we can find this number. What number times x gives you that? Now we can find this one right here. What do we get when we multiply these two? Negative 9x squared. Now if you did the synthetic division, you're seeing common numbers here. What's plus negative 9x squared gives you negative 10x squared? Negative 1x squared. That's add those two together. That's what you get. You get negative 10. And then what would I put up here? Negative 1x, right? That times that will give you that. Okay, cool. Now what is negative 1x times 3? Negative 3x. You see the pattern, like how I'm filling this in? Now in order to find this next one, I have to figure out what adds to this to give me negative 2x. Well, what adds to negative 3x to give me negative 2x? Negative 1? Is that right? No, it has to be positive, right? Okay, so we got positive 1x, so that means this number would have to be 1 because 1 times x is 1x. And then I get my last one, which is 3. Now, if these two numbers right here don't match, that means you have a remainder. And when we did synthetic division, we know, we got a remainder, right? So what you do is you go outside number minus the inside number. Okay, so it's going to be 4 minus 3. This is our remainder, and so we go plus 1 over x plus 3. And this is our answer.